Hello, Senior Stoner fan. Just a real Senior Stoner back at you for your Honey Badger with Orbiter dab of the day. Hello, everybody. I need reinforcements. Mrs. Stoner has told me, and I agree with her, I need to break out the heavy duty guns today. I'm in a bad situation. Let's get started with the topic of the day. Topic of the day is intractable chronic pain. That's the topic. We first need to find out what is intractable pain. Intractable pain refers to a type of pain that cannot be controlled with standard medical care. Intractable essentially means difficult to treat or manage. This type of pain that I have, that I've been diagnosed with recently, is not curable. So I've tried to focus now on home treatments to try to reduce just the discomfort. Unfortunately, I've hit my wall, and I've been scheduled for February 9th for a series of denervation procedures. My condition is also known as intractable pain disease, or IP. If you have intractable pain, you know it's constant and severe enough that unfortunately, just sitting in this chair is incredibly difficult. You almost have to be bedridden. You almost have to just stay off your feet if it's your back. There are a lot of different types of pain that get categorized. And there are two major types, acute and chronic. Very simply, acute is something that comes and goes and you can get out of. It can turn into chronic pain, but doesn't start as chronic pain. Chronic pain is generally classified as something that lasts 3 months or longer. And simply resting that knee won't do it. Unfortunately, intractable pain gets to a different type of pain. It's considered to be a very severe form of chronic pain. But unlike normal chronic pain from arthritic knees or even arthritic back, intractable pain just isn't easily treated or relieved. So just getting mild relief often requires non-traditional methods, such as medical marijuana, electrical stimulation. I'm looking into very specific parts of your brain. And health experts believe that one way intractable pain differs from other types of pain is the way the brain processes the pain signals. It is processed differently, and that might be why the intractable pain is so resistant to treatment. It can come from a lot of different reasons. It could come from migraines. It could come from, God forbid, cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, degenerative disc disease, which is what mine came from. Intractable pain doesn't always have an obvious cause, though, which makes it very hard to diagnose and treat. Remember, what causes unyielding pain for one person might cause manageable pain in another. So don't assume the pain is all in your head anymore. Intractable pain is really considered to be a health problem and is one that should be investigated to its fullest. First, you have to think about and talk with your doctor about how it's diagnosed. If you've experienced chronic pain and traditional pain relieving processes and they're not effective, you should get with your doctor and describe in detail what your symptoms are. You see, diagnosing the cause of intractable pain is a lot harder than just diagnosing a backache. You may end up being treated improperly for a condition that appears to be the cause of your pain, but might really not. Intractable pain is formally diagnosed when over a course of time, variable treatments failed to ease the pain. For example, with all the injections that I have, it keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. It doesn't matter what I get. So if those treatments and other treatments, exercise, physical therapy, don't work, you may have that diagnosis too of intractable pain. So unlike chronic pain, intractable pain, unfortunately, and we've spoken about this, raises the levels of stress and other inflammation in your body. It can contribute to higher blood pressure, high pulse rate, no interest in intimacy, Intractable pain often interferes with sleep. I can attest to that, making you more likely to feel very fatigued. And insufficient sleep and constant pain can make it very difficult for you to concentrate and make decisions. This video is incredibly difficult for me to make due to the level of pain I'm in right now. Well, along with interfering with thinking skills, intractable pain can also affect physical performance. I could hardly walk upstairs to get to this chair today. Well, let's talk about how it's treated. Because standard medical treatments don't work, doctors have to try more aggressive and inventive methods. Several states, in fact, have laws defining intractable pain and when it's possible and permissible for physicians to prescribe opioids along with medical marijuana. Think about it. You can usually get an opioid, you can usually get medical marijuana, but good luck trying to get them both. Unfortunately, I qualify. Well, a multiple disciplinary plan is required. You want to have a team of people to talk to. I don't have that right now. Many of us don't have that right now with COVID. So there are things that you have to hope for, and that's what this is all about. This is all about the Ferris wheel. It's all about the way we live. It's all about getting your fingernails onto the windowsill. You're going to go around, and you're going to come up to the top of that Ferris wheel of life, and it's going to go over, and you're going to have two things: hope and opportunity. For me, the hope is that the pain goes away or goes down. For others, it can be whatever you want it to be. I hope that there are new treatments that become available. Neurostimulation. I was approved for a trial of a neurostimulator, but my pain changed, and I didn't think it would respond to the neurostimulator. I'm going to push that boulder back up the mountain later this year and see if I can't get back to it. This is about hope. This is about not losing sight of life and love and your loved ones and the people you care about. It's important you have a doctor, but it's also important that you understand you've got to cope with the intractable pain, which means you've got to grapple with the emotional challenges as well as the physical challenges. Anyone with intractable pain is at a very high risk for depression, fatigue, social isolation, not pandemic withstanding, and a lot of crying. The pain can lead some people to have horrible thoughts of even ending their lives. I've been there. For that reason, I'm going to close by saying if you have chronic intractable pain anywhere close to where I do, seek professional help immediately. If you cannot get to a doctor, and I know hospitals are dangerous right now, go to your closest emergency room. Don't suffer. That should have been the title of this talk. It should have been Don't Suffer. But you see, before you can go and say don't suffer, you have to determine what you're going to relieve. In other words, what the problem is. So now that I'm really nicely in touch with what's going on in my body and what's wrong, hopefully I'll be able to find manageable ways to reduce the pain until I get my procedure in about a month. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Senior Stoner's strong, but I've never been challenged quite this way before. Let's take our muscle dab of the day with our honey badger and magic flight orbiter. These are some of the strongest hits I can deliver myself. Cheers, everybody. Please wish me luck. Louis the 17th, I believe this is. Distill it. It is King Louis the 13th, pardon me. An all indica strain. Many of you know, I have a sidebar. Excuse me. Many of you know how strong I am when it comes to pain. Unfortunately, I honestly feel I had met my match right now, and it's very difficult for me to carry on. Hope you enjoyed this video. about intractable pain, what it is, and some of the things we can do. This has been The Real Senior Stoner. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Send me your comments. I'll reply to them all. Have a great day, and remember, if you have chronic intractable pain, take action. Cheers.